Whatever ad that was playing stopped. So we rated all of the Pixar movies from worst to best. Of course, you all know my list is very, very controversial, as you all know, like the last ones I made. But since I have seen every one Pixar movie, yes, all of them, will be ranking them quite a while. I can rank a chronology, but we'll be going from Toy Story to turning mid. But yeah, we're going to be starting from up to turning mid. So what? Okay, we're gonna be putting the scores in. So we added the scores, so we have it from 10 to 3. So up. Yeah, this is a pretty controversial opinion because every Pixar Waterper puts up at 10. Of course, I haven't, like Avatar, I haven't seen Up in 10 years, so I could update this list in the future. If I ever see Up again, I could see it again. But to me, Up is probably one of Pixar's more forgettable movies. You know, again, it's basically, they have to save this bird from a hunter. And I'll be like, but the first 10 seconds, but the first 15 minutes of the movie means the movie's a masterpiece. No, it does not, okay? Only like 4 or 5 movies really fit that criteria. And, even then, those are like, for example, iconic scenes, okay? Iconic scenes. I don't think, Up's first 10 minutes of the first 15 minutes of the movie is on par with many iconic scenes from movies, as well. So Up, very, very overrated movie, as we all know on this channel. I don't really care for Up that much. I think it's extremely overrated. I do not think it's a masterpiece as well. And yeah, for next is Toy Story. This movie is a classic. 9 or 10. So Toy Story, despite being made the first CGI movie, still holds up rather well. The storyline's pretty good. Certain movies, including The Boss Baby, and, the story formula is so great that other companies, such as Illumination and DreamWorks, copied the storyline. And even a movie like Shrek, no, I don't think Shrek is a copy of Toy Story. But yeah, a movie like The Boss Baby, I'm talking about The Boss Baby, not Shrek. But yeah, Toy Story, I think it's not the 10 out. I think it's gonna be here. Okay, Boston University, yeah. I watched this like twice. Not that it's actually an okay movie. We'll put it above Up. Up. Yeah, I think it goes above. Finding Dory, I really like this movie. I think it's worse than Toy Story. But yeah, Finding Dory is pretty good. Finding Nemo, I think it's pretty amazing. I think it's the best of Pixar's movies. Yeah. So yeah. Next is Cars 2. So Cars 2. I actually watched Cars 2. I can understand why people hate this movie. But I have this. It's just too much. I put Cars 2 below Up. Next, okay, we're actually gonna put the Incredibles. Okay, we're Incredibles. So this is the most overrated movie ever made. Incredibles. Okay, I do not understand why everybody on God-forsaken Earth calls this movie a fucking masterpiece. Okay, Incredibles is not no fucking masterpiece. It's a mediocre movie, and it goes into 5 out of 10. Yeah, it's not even at the bottom of the tier list. It's like, oh yeah, 5 out of 10. Okay, its sequel is worse. Okay, but The Incredibles, you have your lifeless city. Okay, the CGI and the graphics. Okay, if Finding Nemo came out before this movie, it worked better than The Incredibles. Okay, you have the family characters, which are all forgettable. Okay, Mr. Incredible is like this fat slough. He's supposed to be like a superhero, but he's out as like this fat, guy who just, gave up superheroes because. And let's not forget they, ripped on, that a movie 10 years later called Civil War did the entire idea of restricting superheroes much better than The Incredibles did, okay? There are movies that have came since The Incredibles that did this tax storylines better, okay? That this, more specifically the MCU. I have people like, well, it's MCU fanboy. That's why I hate The Incredibles, okay? Even, I'm comparing this to Civil War because Civil War is much better than this movie, okay? Civil War does the storyline. Of course, you have the twist villain, of course. It's like, he's okay. He's not the greatest twist villain. It's kind of like, oh, it's kind of like he's the joke. Like, the Joker. He's like kind of like the Joker of the Joker movie. But again, unlike this Joker, he has a reason to be bad because he got treated badly. But this, oh, I don't have superpowers. I'm not privileged, so I'm gonna create my own superpowers because I'm. And yeah, he's basically just like a Doctor Robotnik ripoff. He's basically just a ripoff of what that fucking Doctor Robotnik. Oh, I don't have powers, but I can beat you guys with my machines. Oh yeah, and the final fight is probably one of the weakest final fights. There are some good parts of the movie. Some of the scenes are actually funny. Some of the scenes are actually entertained. I don't entirely hate this movie, which I gave it a 5 out of 10. The CGI is sometimes impressive, for example, the water effects and stuff. But sometimes the CGI is just why, okay, you know. So the family dynamics are pretty okay, but it's just this movie has aged very poorly compared to a movie like The Dark Knight, Joker, and the Avengers, and of course Civil War, and Snack Sayers Justice League, especially that movie. Next is Ratatouille. I rewatched the movie again. It's actually pretty good. If you again, I like food, so the movie really shows you that yes, anyone can cook, anyone can make food, and of course, because I like food, I hope in the future scientists actually engineer a restaurant that's entirely run by rats. That would be. We all know people who would like this movie who would go see. Yeah, Good Dinosaur. Another movie that was such a letdown. Okay, The Good Dinosaur was such a letdown. Okay. So you have all these, I like dinosaurs. I like dinosaurs. I like the Jurassic Park movies. When I was younger, I used to watch Rocky of Dinosaurs on repeat. I used to watch all these shows. I was like, oh my god, Pixar is making a dinosaur movie. Okay, the only good thing about the movie is the graphics. Okay, you have all of these scientific inaccuracies in the movie. Okay, well, why do you care so much about scientific accuracies? Okay, I think it was done before. Why do you care so much about scientific? Why does Hollywood is so behind on scientific accuracy in dinosaurs in movies? Okay, it's just so. It's funny that in the Mitchell's vs. Machines they poke fun at this stuff. Okay, but it's ridiculous. Okay. Raptor, for example, the raptors are inaccurate. Okay, you have most of the dinosaurs are inaccurate. Okay, and let's forget the biggest inaccuracy. Oh yeah, apparently humans exist in this world as well. Oh yeah, humans. Because of course we have to solve ourselves in the movie. Okay, if this movie was purely dinosaurs, this movie would have been like a 5 or 6 out of 10. But humans never lived alongside dinosaurs, okay? And of course we have the inaccurate pterosaur design. And just forget the story is just pretty dull and just generic, okay? Gotta save this human because it's cute. Okay, that's just why. That's the entire story of this movie, okay? It's just why. This is probably one of Pixar's worst movies, okay? And that's not no debate The Good Dinosaur, okay? How about we call it the scientific inaccurate dinosaur? That's the more fitting term for this movie. Next is Cows. Okay, Cows is an absolute classic movie, okay? I think it's the best of the Cows series. Okay, I could put Cows 2 up to 8, but I'm gonna leave it down here. But yeah, Cows is pretty much a classic movie. Okay, that's another movie when I was younger. I watched it repeat. I like the race scenes. Okay, and I like at the very end. I like the fact that Lightning McQueen it's a very good redemption story. Basically, this movie is a very good redemption story. You have this hot shot race car who's arrogant and a fool, kind of like Vegeta, and of course at the very end he turns into a good guy. So yeah, next is Cows Free. I'm gonna put it around here. I haven't seen Cows Free in a while. I might put out another poll, okay, to see which movie to watch next. But yeah, Cows Free was pretty solid. Next is A Bug's Life. Okay, Bug's Life is just one of Pixar's weaker movies. It's just one of Pixar's more forgettable movies. I like the fact that the movie's about ants and bugs, but again, when I was younger, I didn't really like bugs that much. Again, the hot villain is basically like Hitler. He just rules with an iron fist. Okay, which is just, it's just basically like that. Bug's Life, again, I think everybody agrees that this is one of Pixar's weaker movies. Actually, Incredibles 2 It's even worse than the first movie, where it's I think it's a 4 out of 10. Okay, this is even worse than the first movie. Okay, it's basically the same fucking movie, but it's about the women this time because of course feminism, and of course the villain's even worse this time. The only thing that has improved, of course, is the CGI. Okay, that's basically all it is. Okay, this movie just sucks. Okay, The Incredibles 2 is just not that great. I know, like, you hate The Incredibles so much. I don't know why. Okay, it's the same fucking movie as the first movie, but worse. Okay, that's all I have to do. Wall-E, I thought Wall-E is pretty okay. It's a movie. The real message about this movie is environmentalism. Well, we have to save the planet, or else we'll all die. Basically, that's the real message of the movie. Monsters Inc. Pretty good movie. Some people put this as their favorite movie, but I remember watching it a couple of times. It was pretty good, as well. So yeah, Inside Out, another pretty good movie. I put Inside Out around here. I like the little emotions. Gives the character all the emotions have their own personality, and basically what happens when the emotions just don't work anymore, and the person becomes a personality itself, kind of like the NPCs who own social media. So, basically the blue check box. Next is Coco. Coco is up here. Okay, pretty good movie as well. There was a lot of good. I like how it explores Mexican culture very well. The twist villain is probably one of Pixar's better twist villains as well. I'm looking at the most overrated twist villain, of course, the Incredibles twist villain. But, Coco is a pretty good movie. It has solid themes about life and death as well. But another movie tackles the same exact thing we'll be talking about later. Toy Story 2. I think Toy Story 2 is kind of like the black sheep of Toy Story. You have, it's just one of my least favorite Toy Story movie. And 4 didn't exist, though. 4 had to come and ruin everything. Toy Story 3, I think, is the best one of the series. That you had the best villain of the Toy Story series, Watso. And yeah, he's basically the best villain. First series villain and the second villain. But yeah, Watso is a pretty good villain. He's pretty hateable, but the whole point is they're supposed to hate him because he's the bad guy, okay? Yeah, next is Brave. Utterly forgettable, just like Avatar, okay? Where outside of people who people who like Scottish culture, Brave is just the most forgettable movie in Pixar's entire lineup. Okay, next is Onward. I just watched this. Onward is pretty good. It's basically like your, typical fairy tale movies, and it's kind of like War of the Rings, but it's but this movie is basically about people used to have magic, but there's a twist. Everyone moved on because of technology, and technology replaced magic, and now basically these two, Ian and the other guy, they want to bring, and his brother, they want to bring back their father, and basically they go on a quest to save their father. That's basically what the movie is. Yeah, I think, yeah. So Onward's pretty good. I put it around here to fill out the 8. Toy Story 4, again, we didn't need this movie, but I still thought it was solid. It was a solid movie. Basically, they basically, wanna find new owners, and they try to find the old family, but they can't, and they eventually decide to stay back at the carnival ride. Soul, okay, Soul I think goes up here. Soul goes up here. It tells a very good story about life and death and the afterlife. Coco explores the afterlife pretty well. I have a feeling that in Coco, when he died of foul death, you go to the Soul World. Okay, you go to where Soul is. Okay, and I hope they make a sequel to this where it explores other things, other metaphysical things like reincarnation and stuff. As well, maybe, at the very end, at the beginning of the movie, Joe dies, and of course he becomes a soul again, and he reincarnates into a new life, and, like that. I think that would be a pretty good plot idea as well. Well, because Soul pretty much explores a lot of the spiritual aspects of Soul. Anyone who studies spirituality, who knows anything about it, would love Soul, because it studies it very well, and anyone can understand it. So yeah, next is Ruka. I thought it was pretty solid. I could put it here. Okay. Here. Yeah. Ruka was pretty solid. I didn't think it is that great, but it has a very solid message, and yeah, that's basically all it is. Okay, basically, discrimination is bad. That's basically the whole message of Ruka. And what great timing! It came out. They missed they could have came out. But yeah, they came out in 2021. Next is, of course, so fucking yeah. This is the worst Pixar movie ever made. Turning Red is complete trash. Okay, it's just complete trash. Okay, it's just the lowest Pixar has ever gotten. Okay, you have Brave, Forgettable, Good Dinosaur, scientifically inaccurate, and Incredibles 2. That's complete. That's not good. Okay, that's trash. But you have trash pandas. Okay, that's what they're Tony mid trash pandas, or there are people who will go out and defend this movie. Okay, especially the main guy of the Arena Army who will go out and defend this trash movie. Okay, Maylin Rhee is probably one of the most annoying and insufferable protagonists in any fucking movie ever. Okay, she is basically just an annoying brat. Okay, you know, and the sad thing is, people here on kids show characters a lot, but Pixar made it, so therefore Maylin Rhee is a great protagonist. No, she's a fucking annoying piece of shit. Okay? And, see, you have the overprotective mother, and people are like, but it's Chinese culture. Oh, yeah, let's watch The Wizard of Mulan, and let's watch fucking Kung Fu Panda. And Kung Fu Panda is much better than Turning Red, okay? We all know Kung Fu Panda is a much better series than Turning Red, okay? We all know it is, okay? I watched the first two movies, and I can tell you that they're much better than Turning Red is. Okay, Turning Red is a completely not a good movie. Okay, and yeah, there we go about the tier list. And yeah, there we go, the Pixar movie tier list. Okay, so this list is very, very controversial, of course, because of The Incredibles. Oh, how do they put it in the top 5 worst Pixar movies? Well, don't worry, considering that, Pixar made a movie like Turning Red, I think that, that score, that, top 5 might be filled by something else very soon, not right, but something else, okay? That, top 5 worst Pixar movies, as well, will be filled of, something just as bad as Turning Red, okay? And Turning Red is as low as Pixar has ever gotten, okay? We all know that it is as low as Pixar has ever gotten, okay? And I can rant about Turning Red for hours if I want to. You have the trucking scene, which is absolutely disgusting, okay? Especially considering that Maylin Rhee is 13 years old. And oh yeah, let's not forget the entire plot is about them wanting to see a fucking boy band. Like, come on, okay? This is like the first, stupidest plot I've ever heard of the movie. Okay? The only good thing about Turning Red is the animation. That's literally the only thing that saves it from, being a 2 out of 10. And some of the jokes of the movie are at least tolerable. And some of the pop, but it's like it's one of those movies where it just feels like they just keep rushing they kept changing the plot of the movie. Like, it's like the Sonic 06 of movies, okay? It's like they rushed out the movie, they couldn't decide which plot they wanted to go through. Oh, we have to stop the panda. Oh, no, now we have to see a boy band, okay? And then we don't even know what to represent the panda for. That's why, okay? That's why, okay? This is why this Turning Red exists, okay? This is why it exists. And we all know all of these quote-unquote movie critics are paid off to give this movie good scores, okay? Because they don't want to upset big bad Disney for saying this movie is good, and they all go around defending Turning Red because they can't accept the fact that people don't like Turning Red, okay? People don't like this movie because it's not that great, okay? It has one of the lowest scores on IMDb for a Pixar movie. The only movies being worse like Cars 2, and maybe, I think the third Cars movie has a lower score as well. And A Good Dinosaur and Brave, I think, have lower scores. But yeah, Turning Red is the worst Pixar movie ever made. But yeah, I consider that dislikes are removed. I don't care how many dislikes the Incredibles fans give, because guess what? YouTube disliked the dislike button anyway, so your hate does not really matter here anyways. You might leave comments though. So yeah, that's basically about this video. Goodbye.